Hello, my name is Luis Benitez, and I'm one of the product managers for IBM Watson Workspace and Work Services. Today I want to give you a quick demo of the documentation for the APIs and how to create an app. So very straightforward. You want to go into developer.watsonwork.ibm.com or workspace.ibm.com/developer, like you see in the top. And when you click on Get Started, you get a list of all the APIs that we have available. Now, it will take you through the introduction of the REST APIs, the webhook APIs, and the graph APIs. One of my favorite capabilities is that not only can you get documentation of the APIs, we actually have included sample code, as you can see here. So this is the API that you would use to get the first 3 spaces that somebody belongs to. Now, to make things even cooler, notice that we've also created links so you can actually run the code in place. So for example, let's say that you want to get the list of spaces with the graph tool. All I have to do is click here, and it'll bring me to this beautiful web UI. I can make my code pretty. Let's say that I want to get my first 30 spaces, right? Or maybe let's make it 10. So you can make changes here as we go. You can play with the code dynamically. And then when we run the code, voila, the results come back. So I got the first 10 results, all the members, etc. And I got the members because that's what I specified in the return field. So let's go back. Let's say that I want to create a new space, right? Maybe I want to know what the code is. Well, again, you click here, it'll bring you to a new tab. Let's make that pretty. And there you go. Here's the code to create a new space. If I want to change that to my new space, for example, you can just change that inline and then click play to run the code, and off you go. Now, the documentation on the left-hand side has pretty much all the APIs needed, pretty much in order, right? So how to create a space, get a list, delete, how to push a message into a space, how to use the cognitive APIs like moments and identifying actions, and then all the references for the JSON or the data that you're sending back and forth. Now, once you've built your app and you want to use that app inside of Watson Workspace, you go into the apps section here. And then to register the app, you would just give it a name and a description. And if you want to, you can then add an outbound webhook at this point as well. The webhook will allow you to receive alerts when something happens in one of the spaces that your app lives in. So for example, you want to maybe listen to when new messages are created. Or maybe you want to be aware when a member has been added to a space, removed, and so forth. So you can subscribe to many different things. You specify the name for your webhook and then the URL that we should call it. And again, as soon as something happens in the space, we'll send a message to your app, and then your app can process that in any way they want. And then once we go into the app, let's go into workspace.ibm.com, and I'm going to open one of the spaces that I work with. The cool thing is that I can go into the space settings, and in the apps section, I will then be able to add my app into a space. So you can see I have a couple of apps already in progress, like my Twitter app, my Weather Underground app, even an Urban Dictionary app. So those appear here, and as a developer, I can just add the app directly into the space, and off I go. Or you could do this via code as well. So any way you want to do it is possible. So that's it, a quick tour just to get you a little bit familiar with the documentation, the APIs, and the process of adding new apps. If you have any questions, hopefully you know how to find me. And again, my name is Luis Benitez, and see you soon.